Today, I'm going to be showing you a coin which could potentially blow the socks off of Immutable X. Sound interesting? Stay around. What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well out there. So my name is Aaron and this is UX Crypto. And if you are new to the channel, then this is the place you need to be to find out about altcoin gems early, okay? So press that subscribe button right there to be around for that. And yeah, if you like any more videos in the past or just this one right now, then give it a like real quick. And yeah, when we go through this review, so we're going to be presenting a really cool coin to you, then you should leave a comment and let me know what you think, because I'd just really like to know your opinion. Coin we are going to be talking about today is called GameSwift right here. Okay, so maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't. So GSwift is the ticker right here. But yeah, in terms of price, obviously down on price, which is kind of good, right? Because if you're trying to get an entry in something, you want to see a low price, not trying to really get in all-time highs or anything like that, right? We want low prices. So a bit more about it. So the market cap is currently at 2,500,000. So we're talking about a low cap gem right here. It is low, so yes, potential is there to do well out of this, right? And ranked 3,400 on the list, so really far down, right? We're not looking at, you know, the likes of Ethereum and all these big cap gems, right? We're looking at low cap, and the reason for that is obviously we want to get in low. And you can see the price right now, yep, looking like a nice potential buy, right? So we're in the red right now. Did have a market cap once upon a time. Let's have a look at that. No, you're not showing me, but yeah, the price actually went to around 17 cents. So yeah, you're getting it 5 cents. So yeah, you're getting a good little discount. But you know, what about exchanges? Okay, so exchanges, we can get it on Bybit. Cool, yeah, nice to know. But yeah, that's the general information. So now I've shown you that, let's go actually show you what this is all about. So here we go, empowering the mass adoption of Web3 games. So you might be like, okay, so everyone's telling you that, everyone's saying that, but yeah, this one's really cool actually. So I'm gonna get into this a little bit more in detail. So we've got the one-stop gaming ecosystem, right? And that is platform, infrastructure, chain, and studio, right? So yeah, this is really cool, right? They're not just doing one thing, they've got basically a whole structure around Web3 gaming. Really like that. Okay, so things that we have to point out on this is, so build on top of the cutting edge technology. So this is basically something that game companies can build on top of, right? So Web3 gaming companies, but I think it's got a difference between some of these others. So for example, you've got cross-chain interoperable, right? So how is that? So the GameSwift infrastructure enables users to seamlessly across the chain from any place and any major blockchain network, while simultaneously providing interoperability transfer of cross-chain data. So that's big, right? Literally cross-chain. That's what we want. Okay, so the likes of, like, you know, Moonbeam and all that stuff, right? The whole reason that's going to potentially well is because of cross-chain, and this is basically trying to get its own reputation right here inside of Web3, but in that type of infrastructure. So really cool. Something as well to look at is fully carbon neutral. So a lot of people care about this stuff here. So all transactions performed on the GameSwift chain are entirely carbon neutral and leave no economical footprint. So ecological, sorry. So yeah, very cool indeed, right? And it's secured by Polygon, and yeah, gaming optimized. So very much for games, okay? And look, yeah, so we've got ZK EVM scalability, so that's the technologies they're using. So just a little bit more on that. So deploy any Ethereum smart contract to a layer 2 and provide users with the possibility to enjoy dApps and the UX they already know inside out. So that's really cool, right? So using other people's advantages, so Ethereum, for example, and Polygon. So this is where it all starts getting quite interesting. So you've got GameSwift ID. So they're basically making like an ID, and then you can create your own Web3 gaming identity. So that's really cool, and easily log into your favorite games with one account. Okay, so what does that mean? It means if you're doing cross-chain, so for example, let's say we're on GFAL or we're playing GFAL, or I don't know, Gala's game like World of Tanks, yeah, any of these type of games, right? Then you could potentially have this ID and log in to any game with that. So this is big. It's a big idea, right? So yeah, enter your unique gaming profile with all your gaming achievements, statistics, and assets, including NFTs, regardless of the chain or the game from which they originate. So that's really cool, isn't it? Yeah. All of these in one place, fully decentralized and interoperable. I mean, yeah, this statement is massive. Okay, if they can pull this off, it's massive, right? It's got potential to be like a game changer. Like, so it's like, you know, with PayPal, for example, or, you know, when you log in with a Google account or any of these type of things, like you could just go in and log in, right? So everyone puts a PayPal button there, or, you know, you sign up with your Google account or Facebook account or whatever it is. That's basically what this is, right? So yeah, it's really, really cool. I like that a lot. And then they're providing an SDK. So this SDK, if you don't know what SDK is, it basically allows developers to use a kit, right, to be able to build. It's like an API, but SDK is very similar. And that's basically what they're doing, right? So they're providing game kits so for people to build on their platform. So yeah, onboarding people. So very cool, very cool. And then yeah, providing an analytical program for the people who build it as well. Very good. So this as well, very, very good. So GameSwift platform. So sign in with your GameSwift ID, and while seamlessly interacting with other players, choose your favorite game to play from a rich library of high quality products available on our platform, so their platform. In the meantime, you can also look at our superb offer of public sales, including initial game offerings, so IGOs. So that's cool. So if you basically build a game on this, it's going to be called IGO. So rather than ICOs, right? So, you know, with Ethereum, for example, you build your own blockchain on there, and it'll be called an ICO because it's a coin offering. This is basically for games, right? So I like that a lot. So IGOs, really cool. And initial NFT offering, so INOs. So yeah, pretty cool. And then also, look, we've got a game studio. So they're literally looking at games. So literally, they've got their own game studio as well, which is great to know. So they're going to be building games as well. So you'll see some games coming from them as well as third-party games, and obviously having that whole system where you can log in many games. So yeah, very, very cool idea, I've got to say. In terms of roadmap, so yeah, so they've got some really cool stuff on here. So look, they have a partnership with Casper already. So I'll go into partnerships in a minute and all that stuff, but you can see on their roadmap they've already got that there. So yeah, something to shout out on that. And yeah, obviously looking to do a launch. So the next stuff on the list for them is chain testnet, secret feature live, and partnership with. Okay, cool. So they've got another partnership coming. Really cool. And then Q4, what are they doing there? GameSwift chain mainnet. Okay, so another partnership. It seems like they're jumping for partnerships, so that's pretty cool. And then yeah, so partners, as you can see here, some general partners that they're putting here. So Polygon Studios, yeah, Casper. Okay, so really cool. Casper's got a lot of hype around it right now as well. So yeah, could do very good. Oh, looks pretty interesting, wouldn't you say? I mean, yeah, at first pass, looking great. Okay, the idea looks very, very strong. And yeah, I think this could do very well. And like I said in the title, like someone said, Mutable X, because Mutable X basically has this whole game infrastructure stuff, right? So it's trying to go into that sector, could be potentially a big thing. But you know, that's first pass. We need to go and dive a lot deeper into this, right? We need to go and look at all these different aspects. So that is what we're going to do now. I'm going to start off with the team. So let's do that. Okay, so here is the team. Okay, so we've got a happy bunch of people right here, which is good to see, and they seem like they're in a conference or something like that. But yeah, it says here, look, they've got team members and they've worked for loads of different games. So they've got, you know, Cyberpunk in there, Witcher, Revolut, Amazon, Google, BCG. So there are some good people behind that, right? But obviously you can say what you want, right? Like I'm going to fact check this right now. So yeah, pretty cool. So these are some of the guys right here on the team. And you can see that obviously they're being documented, being quite transparent with their team. And then they also have advisors. Okay, so when I look at teams and advisors, I put them together. So the advisor and the team, because obviously you might have, you know, some absolute all-star advisors on your team, right? So yeah, good to know. But I've gone through this already, and I'm just going to show and highlight people I think who stand out. Obviously on GameSwift, going on to their LinkedIn, you can see a couple of the people, and this is where actually I've got a lot of these interesting people from. If you go on to the people from GameSwift. So this guy right here, he is a CEO and founder of GameSwift, okay? And also, look, it says co-founder of Star Heroes. So if you're probably thinking, what, like what's that? He's doing something else as well? Well, actually, this ties up very well into this. So it's basically the same thing. This is like more the game studio, which I will show you in a minute. So yeah, nothing to worry about. It's not him doing 2 jobs, right? He's just yeah, he's very much linked to that. Okay. So then before that, blockchain advisor, freelancer, a founder, and a tax specialist, Michelle. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, when we go in a bit further into details, you can see he also is a tax associate at Deloitte. So he's got a good background, right? He's worked for some big companies, and you know, the premise is if you work for a big company before, big brands, all that, obviously they go for a lot of rigmarole to try and get these roles. So you know, he's been vetted. So that's the way you can look at is the team good in their experience. If you have no experience, obviously you haven't been able to pull things off. There's something to think about. And obviously, have you gone through the trials and tribulations of putting things out before and going through things, right? So that's why we look at that. This is the CMO at GameSwift. Okay, so she was ex-Revolut. So we obviously want to fact check that and see. So what has she been doing? So the CMO is obviously Chief Marketing Officer. So she's going to be the one to potentially push this out. And she used to do she's actually at another thing right now, Dataverse Pro. So she's got her own company, I assume, or working in a company, and also working with GameSwift. So it's not the end of the world. That's fine, because obviously it's marketing. So, you know, whether that's a full-time job, you have to always be there, or rather than setting up strategies, implementing them, that's all fine, not too bad. And yeah, she's obviously doing this as well with the CMO and Star Heroes. And then, yes, Revolut. So she was lead brand manager at Revolut in Poland. So that is true. And before that, senior brand specialist at Santander Bank. And yeah, so yeah, I think her experience checks out. Pretty cool. Also, Google Developers Group Community Manager. So if that's actually Google, but yeah, pretty cool. So that one checks out too. Pretty cool. All right. Generally, team-wise, yeah, I think it's a quite a good team. Obviously, we've seen better inside of crypto, but a strong team, right? They've all actually got experience. They're not like made up people. We can see them. And yeah, I think they could potentially pull off what they're trying to do from their experiences. But next, we are going to look at partners, okay? So partners, the reason we want to look at this is, you know, where's it going? Obviously, it says on there that they are going to get more partners, so that's good to know as well. So in Q3 and Q4, potentially another partnership. They've already partnered with Casper, but you know, let's just go in a bit more and explore the whole partnership side a little bit. So here you go. Okay, so partners and investors. Okay, so you've got Casper on here, right? Microsoft, really cool. So partners or investors. So I'm pretty sure from what I saw, Microsoft actually is an investor in this project. And yeah, Bitcoin.com, Polygon. Yeah, the list is pretty good. Okay, so I'm not sure if Yahoo is actually an investor or a partner, but it's on there. So good to know. And yeah, so obviously Star Heroes, you'll see as is very much linked now. You can see that. Wagme Games, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, so potentially looking pretty good in terms of partners. All right, not too bad at all. Okay, so that was pretty good in terms of partners, but what about, you know, the idea? Like, what do you think of the idea? Is it a big idea? That's what I'm going to be looking at. And I think personally, yes, it is potentially a big idea. Okay, so obviously just going back to this, so what is the idea? There's 2 things. Okay, we've got, well, actually there's not 2 things, there's 4 things. So if we zoom into this is basically what we're looking at. Okay, so we're looking at the studio, gaming studio, the chain, right, and the infrastructure and the platform. And yes, in terms of infrastructure, it seems like they're covering that with being able to sign in to log into any game. I think that's really where this power of this project is going to lie. And obviously everything else is game quality, people signing up to their games and what they can produce, right? And I think, yeah, that is powerful in itself. So infrastructure, obviously, if you're able to create your own games on side of this, yeah, this could be massive, right? This is where I think all the value lies, right? You know, adding games and other stuff, there's a value in it for sure, but you know, this is what is different about this project. So idea, I think, is strong. Okay, the next thing though is the website. We just want to have a little look at ranking the website. Like, and the reason for this is we're trying to see if coins are, well, coins and pump over a good website. As much as that's crazy to sound or to think about it, that is actually what happens. Okay, so some websites come out and people just invest over the website, right? So in terms of just looking at that, let's go into it, right? I think it's a nice site, okay? So for example, empowering the mass adoption of Web3. So in the statement alone, it's a great statement. And obviously going through further down in terms of when you're looking at it, it is telling you exactly what you need to know if you're already reading it, okay? So I would say, yeah, it's a good website. In terms of how they can improve it, maybe just a bit more like animation or something a bit more fun. Obviously, just going through it's a lot of statics. And yeah, in terms of everything's pictures and that, but I like the look and feel of it. But yeah, could obviously have this like moving, animating, something like that, right? That's how I would view it. I mean, it's not bad at all, but you know, looking for ways to improvement, that could be your way, right? But next, right, product. Okay, so in terms of the product, like it's hard to know because obviously it's not out, right? But you're investing in something early, okay? So, but really, if they can pull this off, it's very much linked to the idea, okay? So the idea and the product. It's also got to mention it has an awarded by Polygon. So they got an award by Polygon, so that's really cool to know. So yeah, where we go next, where we are going to have to look, we have to look at the socials. And yeah, sorry, my hand has been hurting because I've been doing a lot of editing recently. Because I'm actually doing something for you guys, which is going to be absolutely crazy. And you're going to get so much value out of it. Hence why I've done my hand in. But yeah, it's great. But anyway, forget about that, right? Let's go into the socials. We're going to go in and see what they're doing on social media, right? Is it worth looking at? And yeah, so here we go. And this is GameSwift, and you can see right here, looking pretty nice. Okay, 161,000 followers. So that's big. Okay, that's very big. You've got a big following behind this coin, right? And yeah, you can see some of the stuff they're doing, and pretty interesting indeed, right? So you've got quite good interactions as well. Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all, right? I would say it could be better in terms of interactions, right? So you've got 7 like comments, 92 likes, 7,000 views, like this type of thing. I mean, it's not bad, right? But I would say this is, I don't know, man. 161,000 followers and then only getting that much interaction. I don't know, right? Something to think about, okay? Something to think about. The next thing that we need to look at is the coin utility, right? What utility can we get out of the actual coin? Obviously, the project sounds really cool and what they're producing, but you know, is there incentive to actually buy the coin rather than just looking at it? Obviously, people buy these coins to invest in the company as well because you obviously believe in the project. So that is obviously utility behind the coin, but can you do more than that? So that is what we're going to look at next. Yeah, discover the game changer token utility, taking GSwift token to the next level. Okay, so this is what we want to look at. So GSwift is an omni token that can seamlessly be transferred between blockchains supported by layer 0 technology. So it says layer 0, so that's good to know. Experience the true power of layer 0 as you effortlessly move GSwift across multiple blockchains with its game-changing range of utilities. So GSwift is setting new standards for Web3 gaming tokens. Okay, so yeah, I would say that that's pretty cool. Okay, definitely being able to transfer it to different blockchains is actually an amazing thing. So that's cool. But is there more to it? So here's the benefits, right? This is what they're saying. So they've got ZK EVM modular blockchain. We've got shared security vault, okay, platform real yield. So I'm assuming that's staking, okay? So you'll be able to stake, which is good. And yeah, but here is some of the stuff that they're talking about. So gaming ecosystem where it's secure. You've got auto compounding. So that is interesting. What is auto compounding? So the more games in our ecosystem, the more tokens you earn. So experience auto compounding rewards like never before as you stake. GSwift generates a variety of gaming tokens in an automated way. That's pretty cool, right? So if you stake your coins here, then you basically get coins more, right? So the more games will come online. There might be airdrops and stuff like that, I would assume. But yeah, so yeah, not too bad in terms of the coin utility. It could be pretty good. Stuff about the coin, okay, so it's like the circulating supply and all of that fun stuff. So here is this. So you could say, look, 4% airdrop, foundation 14%, you've got seed round of 14%, community fund, you've got liquidity of 8%, ecosystem fund at 22%, 8.5 1% operational, and then you got 0.25% public sale, 1.2% public sale, and then private round. So yeah, not too bad in terms of being decentralized. I don't know how decentralized this is, because obviously the public sales and all that are low. But yeah, not too bad, right? It is what it is. Okay, like I said in one of my other videos, it does matter, right? But it doesn't matter that much in terms of tokenomics, right? Because if the project's great, then I think that can counteract it. Basically, I think tokenomics are like just a tiny piece of the pie when you have to consider a project. That's what I would say. Some people make it like the be or end all. They'll say, no, I'm never investing in something because of tokenomics. I think that is something to consider, but I would not let it put me off, right? Depends how bad it is though, right? The next thing we want to look at in terms of this is, tokenomics a little bit more, okay? So we're going to look at when this dilutes, okay? So I managed to find some information on this. So here is where we are right now, okay? Try and zoom in. And this is what is going to be happening at some point. So obviously they are going to be pushing all these things out, all right? So operations, so around here, it's going to be going all the way until July 2025, and that is when all the coins are going to be coming out for that. And then public sale round, they're going to drop. They're going to be able to sell their coins, I think, on the vesting side of things. So 2023, so end of this year, okay? So that's going to be there. And then you've got the foundation where they'll start putting those coins into circulations, and it's going to carry on till 2027, okay? So that's quite good to know, okay? So potentially everything's going to end in terms of dilution 2027, but you have to keep your eye on this little chart right here. This site is called Drops Tab, okay? So you can check that on here and look at GameSwift on there. But yeah, something to think about, okay? So yeah. So what do you guys think of this so far, right? Is it good? Is it a good project? Do you think that this has potential? Do you think it could go for Immutable X? I mean, yeah, potentially it's there, okay? In terms of just looking at socials and stuff like that, it's mixed reviews. Some people think it's really good. Some people are like, no, I'm bearish on it. So, it's hit or miss at the moment. But yeah, bear in mind, the market cap is really low, but it could have a lot of potential, okay? So let me know in the comments what you actually think about this. But seeing as we're going to look at if we're bullish on this, we need to go to bullish target number 1, right? I think you know where I'm going to go with this. It's going to be Immutable X, right? Because that is what the closest thing is to it, okay? So if we was to look at Immutable X real quick, okay, so bullish target number 1 is at 776 million with Immutable X, okay? That's what the current market cap is, so around about that. So what we need to do is get our calculator, okay? So calculator being here, and we're going to give this a go, okay? So we're going to do 2.5, and this is in million, and we're going to times that by 310, and that gives us 775. So pretty close, okay? So 310x if you was to get to Immutable X's market cap at this current moment. Cool, right? But what if we go super bullish, okay? So if we're going to go super bull mode, right? So this currently is at, what is this? 1.75 billion, okay? So we need to get to 1.75 billion. It is 2.5 times by 750, and that gives us 1.8 billion, okay? So 750x basically. So pretty cool. You get a 750x if you got to market cap off Immutable X, right? And that's a super bullish target, okay? So what do you guys think of that? Are you super duper bullish on this coin, or are you gonna take a pass on it, right? I mean, let me know down in the comments down below. Love to know your opinion about it, whether you think it's good, bad, or if you know more information about it. Yeah, let's do that as a community, right? And if you like this video, then yes, feel free to give it a lovely little like. I'd really appreciate that, so we can get more people learning about good coins. And if you are here, then you need to subscribe, okay? Because what the mission is on this channel is to get all of us to the top of the market together and do pretty damn well. And if you do that, I'll give you a golden subscribe right there, okay? So yeah, if you want to find out more about some really cool projects, then you should check this video out right here and this video out right here, because both of these are really good projects. But if I don't see you, I will see you at the top. Bam.